Hello my friends, this is Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my craft room. I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to share with you today what I've been working on behind the scenes. Crafting during my lunch break, TV time, in my craft room, whenever. Just things I have not done on video basically. And this is to give you ideas of what you can do. Also little, things that might be mobile if you're going on a trip, or maybe you want to craft on your lunch break, or maybe you just need some inspiration and something to get your mojo going. This week I got received in the mail some cards from my mom. She gives me she just kind of saves up her cards that she gets during the year. And once a year, pretty much, she gives them to me. Usually when I'm down, we go, down to Florida once a year to visit, usually. But last in October she didn't give me any. I guess maybe she didn't have them together or whatever, and she just mailed them to me because she wanted to get them. She didn't want to wait till I came down again, and she didn't want to have them hanging around the house, so she mailed them to me. So I wanted to show you what I was doing with those. I guess I'll show you that first since I'm talking about them. But I already took it one, and these little cupcakes were on there, on the cover. They had to be cut out. They weren't like pop-ups or anything. So I cut these cute little, and they have like sparkly glitter and stuff on them. They're sparkly, not necessarily glitter, but they're sparkly, kind of like glitter. And I'll have those as little pieces I can decorate with in my crafty stash. I also cut this off of the front of a card. I could either leave this. I left it for now, thinking maybe it would be a cool and a pretty belly band. It does say happy anniversary right here, and I can cover that up with something, which I haven't done yet, but some other words. Like I have words here. Let me see if I have any that might fit there. I probably don't have anything that would fit there right now, but just for example, say here, this is not one that I would use here, but it has some words on it, and I could cover up with some appropriate words that would cover up all the words and use it in. And Matt also need to, I would want it to coordinate better, but anyway, I don't have any here right now, but I'll have this to put into my stash. So it's a pretty little, probably a belly band, or I could use it for a pocket or something if I want to cut off these little kind of bands that are on either side. So that's ready to go. So I have a stack of cards here. There was a bunch of Christmas cards that I already put away. So this card is, she cut off the backs, my mom did, and just sent me the fronts. So birthday cards, sending you a little, I think this was like a get well card type of thing. And this is a grandma card. Best grandma ever. That was to her from one of her grandchildren. Anyway, yeah, I've got that. I like this little kind of bookmark tassel here in here. So yeah, I'll do something with these. This one here, I was going to show you maybe these two, or I don't know. I kind of want to do something with them before I put them away. Just put them away and just have them sit there. I want to do something with them so they're ready to go. So this one has stars on the back and cakes on the front, and this one has balloons like this with let the birthday begin, and then balloons on the back. So I thought I would just do something. So I've got my space heater on. If you hear a little kind of heater noise in the background, a little chilly this morning, but it's getting up to 50, about 50 today. So actually kind of like a heat wave going on the last couple of days compared to, it's been like, before that, the highs were like 30. So 50 is welcomed. But anyway, let me show you, before we do anything with the cards, let me show you what else I worked on. So I had shown you those flower little kind of like place cards that, not place cards, but like it was from a game that you use them as little pieces in the game. And so, and they were little rectangles, but I cut one on video into a tag shape, and I thought it was so cute that I just made them all into tags. This is the rest of them. So I took these, and I have scissors at work, and I took my hole punch to work, and a few different ribbons here. All these ribbons I got at a thrift store in Florida when I was down, and just went ahead and made all of these tags. I think it only took me one lunch break, pretty much. So anyway, they're so cute. Some I put little bows on the top, and then some I put, put them like this, little like tail kind of toppers with tails. Look at those flowers, so cute, right? And so yeah, that's basically the shape I made each one, a little tag shape. And so now all of these will go into my ephemera stash to add to journals. So I thought they turned out so cute and that you would enjoy seeing those. And then I also, another day, I had a few pieces of the Richard Scarry book left to cut out. And here are all of those, quite a few pieces. I'm sure this took me, what I did was some of those and some of these each day. Now it's coming back to me because I was like, I was really anxious to do those little tags. That was the first thing I did, because I just knew they were going to be so cute. And I also wanted to cut these out and get these done, so I made myself do some of these. Not really have to make myself, but you know what I mean. I wanted to do a little of both because I really wanted to see how those tags were going to turn out, and I also wanted to cut these out. So all these little pieces will go into I have a little pouch now that I've put these in. All of these little Richard Scarry pieces that I cut out. And so I'll add these to that, so I'll have these to decorate with. So cute. So that's done. All that whole Richard Scarry book, that big one that I showed you, all done. Either made into pieces like this, pages, or I think I've actually made a few tags too, which I think I already showed you in one of my last couple videos. So yeah, let's see. I also have, of course, that big book of like the black and white photos that I showed you. I worked on a few more of those. I had already cut out some photos, so I was trying to finish off the photos as far as getting them onto a background. So I did a few of those this week. So yeah, I guess I got quite a bit done. Went through those and cut out some white cardstock. This is all my free cardstock that I get from work that they throw out and I rescue and make into things. So these turned out really cute. So those are ready to go into my ephemera stash. And also, I was looking for some, I've already finished my Valentine journals for this year, but I still, it's not even February yet. So I'm still like in Valentine crafting mode, and I wanted some Valentines. And I kind of was like tempted to buy a digital kit, but I was like, there's got to be some free ones out there, and I don't know why I didn't find them. I don't know if they just were put out or if I just wasn't finding them, but at first I wasn't finding them anywhere for free, and I started looking on Pinterest. And then on Pinterest came up, again, this happened with Christmas too, my Christmas crafting. On Pinterest I found a little listing for Graphics Fairy, and the picture of some what looked like retro, and that's what I was looking for. I didn't necessarily want vintage, because if you if you look through things, vintage and retro can have, usually has quite a different look, and I wanted retro. So I kept looking and looking, found this listing for Graphics Fairy, went on to the Graphics Fairy website, and there they were. And it was quite a few of these. I'm going to go through these and show you everyone because they're so cute. But if you want these, I would say go on to graphicsfairy.com, put in the search bar retro Valentines, and you'll see it'll come up. There's vintage ones too, so whatever you want, if you want both, if you either or, whatever, it's all there for free. You just have to download the little pictures and the little pieces like this and print them out. So I printed them on that white cardstock that I get for free, which I don't know the weight of. I know somebody's asked me before, what's the weight of your cardstock? I don't know, because I just get it at work. They're throwing away. It's not in a package or anything when I get it, so I don't know. And I don't know if we have any right now that's in a package. So anyway, I don't know the weight of it, but I call it lightweight cardstock. It's not super thick or anything. I mean, you can kind of see. It's definitely nice, strong. It's kind of like if this was a real Valentine from the store from whatever, the 70s or whatever, it would be about the same weight. So that's what, if you want to know in person, like what it feels like, that's what it feels like. An actual Valentine that you would have gotten in the 70s or 80s or whatever, kind of decade these are from, the pictures are from. But let me just show you these. These are so cute. I printed out, I actually, what I did was, it was a coincidence, as I show you. I'm going to kind of flip through these as I tell you. It was a coincidence that I went on this week and was just happened to watch a video on downloading things like this into Google Docs. I've printed many things before, but I've never put them in Google Docs. And I've used Google Docs before for, like Word. If you don't have Word, like Microsoft Word on your computer or something, you can use Google Docs. If you have Google, of course, you can use Google Docs. And it's free, and you can, it's kind of like Word, but different, a little different, if you know what I mean, if you've ever used it. But anyway, I never thought about using Google Docs for printing digital things like this. So I happened to watch this video, and the person was talking about how she did, digitals in Google Docs. And I don't know, I'd have to look up her name in my history. Maybe I can, let me pause and see if I can find it real quick. Just one second. I found it, guys. Okay, I found it in my history. You can find videos that you've watched if you didn't save them in your history on YouTube. Just in case you didn't know, there's a history tab you can go to in your library and find just about any video you've watched. If you just about any, you should be able to find any video you've watched. Anyway, the person I watched do this was Gina Makes It. And I watched it last weekend, so it took me a hot minute there to find it. But yeah, I happened to watch this video last weekend. I was like, and she was resizing things. That's the thing that kind of got me. I'm not, I would like to make digitals at some point. And I think that's why I was watching, because I couldn't find these retro Valentines that I wanted so badly and for free. And I thought, well, maybe I can make them myself. Well, I didn't find anything where I could make them myself, but I did find these on Graphics Fairy where I could kind of save them or download them and put them, into my Google Docs, and then I sized them to what I wanted. So I think some of these are a little bigger than what you see here as you find them, and then I save them and drag them into my Google Docs, a Google Docs page, and I was able to put, like, say this one, I put 4 on one page. I made it small enough to get it, and I wanted it to look like an actual Valentine that you would have gotten, or your kids would have gotten whenever in the, say, 80s or something, 70s or 80s. So that's the size kind of like that I was going for. So, and some of these I wanted a little bigger and maybe to make into a tuck spot or something for a journal for next year. These will be for next year, my journals next year. But look how cute that is. Free Valentine on Graphics Fairy. I would say use and read their rules where, it tells, terms of use that how you can use these, things like that. But anyway, this one this one I love so much. This little cat is so cute. And I love them all, but some of them are like really got me. Like that shoe is so cute, the little kitten in a shoe. This astronaut I loved too. That's one of my favorites, this little boy. And this cat, I think I want to print this out in a smaller size too. I think I left this one the original size, and I was able to get two on a page, or maybe just about the original size, and I got 2 on a page. But yeah, so anyway, let me show you the rest of them. So if I can get it, if I remember or have time, I'll link that video, but it's Gina, Gina, makes, Makes, makes it. And I'm only spelling it just in case you're not understanding what I'm saying, you know, because I've said things sometimes and people are like, are you saying this? I'm like, oh no, I thought I was speaking so clearly. I didn't know you couldn't understand me, type of thing. But look at this little dinosaur. So adorable, right? I'm so excited that I found some for free, and they're the retro exactly, you know, I wanted the shaped ones is really what I wanted, shaped like this to cut out the shapes. Here's, like this heart might have been the same as this heart, but you can see I made this one a lot smaller. So these little squares, these can be used as pockets, and I can go back and make, you know, I've saved them all. I actually saved them all. When I buy digitals, or whether I get them for free or buy them, I save them on a flash drive. Now the only problem is you have to make sure you don't lose the flash drive, because the flash drive is small, you know, easily misplaceable. So I would say, you know, I put a label on it and try to put it in a place where I keep things like that. Here's another heart, but it's got some shape to it. And you can see I left a little border on all of these, you know, these and everything. I left that little white border, kind of like I don't know if, like if you bought a digital from KB and Friends, she has a little border around. So here's another little shaped one with a adorable goldfish on it. And another heart. I put all, look at this bunny. So cute, right? But while I was doing this, or after I did this, I have more to cut out. These are just the ones I've cut out before. I printed, you know, like some of these, like say this one, I printed 2 sheets out of it. I've only cut out one so far. I wanted to cut out at least one of each one to, so because I wanted to see what they look like cut out. I was so excited. See, they're just a blank on the back. So cute. Another heart. So cute though. And here's a couple more square ones. So cute. I love them. But while I was there, I looked for Easter too, and there's some the same thing, retro and vintage Easter. So I think I'm going to be going back to get some. But there's a lot of, you know, I did that with Christmas. Got lots of free ephemera on Graphics Fairy. And I knew it was, I know, I get her, I'm on her newsletter. I know I get the free, every Friday she sends you, if you sign up for with their email, she sends you an email with that week's freebie item. So you can see if you want to do something with it. Here's some more cards that I've already, this is where I got the cupcakes, and I saved these 2 pieces. See, the cupcakes are right here. And I saved these 2 pieces because of the color on the back. These can be a great backing for some type of tag or journal card. I like that kind of neutral color. This one I can either use this side, there's a cute little floral scene here, or I could use this pretty side and put something over this. I love this color here too. So many ways to use cards. But let me show you, we're gonna, let's see. Let me see. I did some work on the journals, the 2 vintage greeting card journals I'm working on. So I cut apart some of the cut aparts, and these are some cards I made for the journals. I'll show you those in a second, but here's cut aparts. I did that, you know, behind the scenes this week. And so I hope this, you know, videos like this will help you. This was a cut apart, so cute. I can't wait to punch the hole out and put a topper on it. This one I might leave as is, but this I want to put some, let's see, this was a cut apart. It almost looks like a card, doesn't it? Like, it confused me because it looks like the cards I'm showing you. You know what I mean? Look what I'm talking about. See? Kind of like the card. This could have been the inside of a card. This is the front, but still. This could have been inside of a card, but it was a cut apart. Anyway, I want to put a little fabric topper and maybe sew that across the top. You know, make that a little more interesting. topper on this, and then this I might use as is as a journaling card. So those are ready to go. From the papers, I'll show you the journals in a second. I don't want it, it's not a flip through, and they're not, signatures aren't even sewn in yet, but the pages are pretty much done. But unless I throw some more in there, but I got out, I was putting away some books and things I had out because I'm trying to clean up my craft room so I can do a little tour for you. And I had an old phone book out that I had been using, and so I took some pages from the phone book. I'll show you what I did with them. I put some in the journal as a page, or one at least in each of the journals as a page, and I made some ephemera out of one. So there was a page in there that had these lines, and you see the lines on there? Hopefully you can. There's lines on there. And I glued them to, this is one of the cards that I was using. I glued that as on the back as backing, and then I sewed around them and decorated them a little bit. So this was, let's see, I don't remember what this is from, but it's super cute. Little piece I cut out of something. And these are little, this is an acetate sticker, and this is a little piece of ephemera, like a card pot. I didn't cut it out or anything or make it. In a little ephemera pack that I bought, this flower was in there. These I'll probably put a little piece of fabric on the top as a little topper. This one too. And I did that to a couple, let's see. Let me show you what I did that to. It's in back of me here. Because I'm kind of making a couple little piles of ephemera that I'm going to add to the journals there in back of me being organized. Oh, this is not fabric. Where's the fabric one? Hold on. Let me grab them. This was just a cut apart I put on the top as a topper. So that's another piece that's in back of me made with that phone book paper with the lines. And then this is another piece of phone book paper with names and numbers on it. So I did the same thing, except for, like, these are acetate stickers on all of these. I added a little vintage Denison label. Here I have non-vintage, like new ones that are stickers, and I have these that are gummed, vintage gummed Denison labels, but I of course always add glue to them and glue them down. So I put one of those on each of these, and then I added a little topper, fabric topper on each one, a little fabric scrap that I, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I cut my scraps into little squares with my pinking shears, ready to do things like this with. So there's one on each of these, ready to, and then I just had them over by my sewing machine so I could sew them, sew around them. I'll put those back over there. And then, so let me show you the journal, a little journal update here. I have 2 more pages of cut aparts here on my desk to cut apart. So I'll be doing that. Now these, sometimes I'll save the cut aparts and if it's double-sided paper, because I don't know which side I'm going to use. But these are one-sided, so all of these will be cut apart. See, there's and this paper pad, there's 3 of each. So I guess I already did, oh, let's see, these 3 are the same, and then there's 2 more. Yeah, I cut apart one of these, and there's 2 more of these left. So this one, see, there's the You Are Loved one that I just showed you that looks like the inside of a card. There's that other one I just showed you. And these I haven't cut apart yet. All 3 of these are here. So lots of cutting apart. I need to put those in by the TV. I just have so many TV things I'm doing right now. But I did get, what did I do by the TV this week? Oh, I was cutting these out just last couple of nights. Or last night I didn't get that many cut out because our TV time was really short. By the time I eat dinner and then I do whatever crafting and then TV time's over, so whatever I get done during that time. So our TV time is short to begin with, and then last night it was really short because I got home late. So, but yeah, I cut these out, a couple of these last night, and the night before I cut out the majority of these in front of the TV. That's my last 2 nights of TV crafting. But let me, I'm not going to show you, let me put my cards over here. I'm going to cut out a couple of these cards in just a minute. I'll show you what I'm doing with at least one of those. But, because I just can't wait to see what it looks like. But, yeah, here's I've already showed you the covers. And, I've got the signatures in here pretty much. I think they're coming out really cute. I just want to show you really that phone book page because I think it's so cute. I kind of do the same thing with wrapping paper, but I wanted to, it's very brittle, that phone book. I've shown it to you before. I don't remember what year it's from at the moment, but the pages are very brittle. But if you have some brittle pages, or some paper that you want to strengthen in some way, like some thin wrapping paper, and you don't want to put it in by itself, this is what I do. I put it on cardstock. I'd used a really pretty stitch on it, but I glued it down on cardstock, and I had to be even careful because it was just like if I were to rub glue on the back too hard, like, you know, gluing the back of it, right, trying to glue it down, or I really technically should have put my glue on here, because if when I was trying to glue the back of this paper, it was just rubbing glue on it was trying to rip it, you know. I mean, that's how delicate and thin this paper. I mean, I guess they made phone books out of very cheap paper apparently back in whenever this was, and they probably still do, right, that thin phone book paper. But anyway, I love the aging and the color of it, and I like how it turned out here as a page in my journal. So yeah, I just glued one page down on each for each journal and made a page out of it. So, and I used a pretty stitch there, so you can see that stitch on both sides. So that was fun. And I used, as I cleaned up my craft room and found, you know, I had a pile of kind of vintage books and papers I was using and hadn't put them away. So I went through as I put those away and took a page out of each of those and used them in these journals along with the scrapbook paper pad I'm using. Like here is a scrapbook paper and some other scrapbook paper that I wanted, some neutral type. And this is coffee dyed on the back. And just, yeah, this was out, this paper was out, so I got a piece of that and just had a lot of fun cleaning up and crafting at the same time. So yeah, those are, I'm trying to decide what trims. I kind of would like to put a trim on a couple of pages, 1 or 2 pages. So I'm kind of deciding on the trim, and you know, if I need to sew it on or whatever before I sew these signatures in. But that is on the agenda for today or whenever, next day or two. And I found this string in a little package of trim that this right here, I have one piece of trim left in here. This was given to me. I have one piece of trim. This is probably enough for a page. And I have all of these little tassels also that was given to me with this, you know, all in this one bag right here. But these all I can make into paper clips, so I need to put this in by the TV or take it to work. And there's a little, like, there are tassels, and there's a little kind of loop right here, you know, where that's how you make a tassel. But I cut these were cut off of maybe the string, I don't know, I don't remember now, or maybe they were like that when I got them. But I can put a paper clip through there and have a little paper clip tassel, decorated paper clip with all of these. So I think that's my plan for these. And so I may or may not use this. I have to decide if it's too bright for these journals. I mean, it's definitely, I would believe, vintage trim. I just have to decide whether it goes with these journals or not. I really think it would, so I might use that up. But I don't know. I want to check my pom-pom trim too and decide if I want pom-pom or that. And then I was looking at this, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? Because it's kind of like that. If you've ever used something like this, it's not like something that stands up. Like if you put it through say you wanted to use it on a tag or something, it's not going to stand up like ribbon does. You know, like see how this ribbon kind of stands up there on top, and you got your nice little stand-up ribbon topper. Well, this is just gonna flop around, so I think I'm gonna and this is from that trim, so I think I'm gonna use this to sew these journals together, because I want to use it. I was getting ready to put it away, and I thought, well, maybe I can just use some of this up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to do that. And I think that's everything I have to share with you as far as what I've been doing behind the scenes, working on those journals. And so let me show you this card. Where's the balloon one? Here it is. this one is calling to me, and I want to cut this out right here and make it into a little tag. I think that would be cute. It doesn't have to be for a birthday. It can be just a fun little balloon tag to put into a fun, colorful journal. You know, I've been trying out my last week, weekend or week. I was trying out the Cricut paper cutter that my daughter-in-law gave me, and then I realized I had one already, but it didn't have a cutter piece. It didn't have a blade. And then I had this one, kind of cleaning, another step to cleaning my craft room and decluttering and things like that. I had those two paper cutters from Cricut. I'm going to donate those to Goodwill because the one that my daughter-in-law gave me, that's probably why she gave it. It didn't work very well for her, or maybe she used it and it stopped cutting. It wasn't sharp anymore, and she didn't want to bother with it or anymore, or she didn't use it that much, or whatever. And this one I have from my scrapbooking days. This is the first paper trimmer I ever bought when I was used to scrapbook, and this piece here, it works, but this piece doesn't lift up. And so I don't like, I mean, it works. I don't know if I'll get rid of it, but I could keep it for a backup. But my favorite one, like I've been saying, is the Fisker's roller cutter. And I believe I'm going to invest in one of those. And I think my birthday's coming up, so I might be able to hint to my family. That's what I want for my birthday, you know what I mean? Okay, so there we go. We cut that piece out of the card, and we've got a problem here. We've got balloons on the back that don't make any sense, really. I do want to cut a little bit off the top here. A little bit too, it's not too tall, but just a little bit too much white there. Let's go ahead and cut a little bit off the top here. See, this is not going to be my favorite paper cutter. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, now, let's see. So I need a piece to go on the back. We've got red, gray, and white here. Let's see what I have as far as the ones that I said I was saving for backing. This one here. See, that's not tall enough. Okay, so these aren't big enough. This one here. Not necessarily right color for this. The piece I just cut from the side is not big enough to go on the back, but I would save this for backing. Let's see what else I have here. Alright, so this one, let's see how this is made. This one I said where I like the tassel. So this has an extra layer here. And this has just got like words. Now I know you could probably use this little trim here and make something with it. And that is still a possibility. But let me cut this up. So here's one piece of it. It's a majority of it is pink. And so this has words on both sides, and it's it's 2 layers. I was thinking that was 2. Okay, let's just cut this. Let's cut this side off. We're going to have to end up cutting the fold off here. And it is tall enough. So there we go. Now we can get to our, second layer? I don't want to rip it and like ruin. Okay, there we go. So now we can open it up. Okay, so I won't need all of this right now. This is that thing I was showing you earlier. And let's cut off this fold here. Alright, so we've got a piece. Doesn't matter which piece we use. This is trash. These little slivers. Rid of those. And so now we have a nice white, there's words on this, so I'll use the white side. So I'm going to put this, glue this down on here. It'll be pretty thick because this is also cardstock, but that's fine. I don't mind that. But since it is still so thick, I think I will use a little bit of Fabri-Tac. So let's do that. This is already a good shape. So let's do that. Put some Fabri-Tac on the back. Then we'll have some nice writing space on the back of this future tag. And its future is now being made into a tag. Okay. All right, so let's get that all kind of bound together. All right. See, white on the back. So now I can just cut around this. Nice and straight. I've already got my line. I mean, I could use my paper cutter here, but it's almost easier just to use the scissors because I don't want to cut into that. And this little paper cutter that I just showed you, there's not very much room under that little track to get something through there. I mean, I don't know. They've come a long way in paper cutters, let me tell you, because that was back in, I'm going to guess like 2006 or even 2005 that I bought that paper cutter. So I think they've come a long way with, paper crafting supplies, and maybe they used to make them like this, but I bet you they don't make them like this anymore with where this track doesn't lift up. I mean, it's like almost hard to believe it doesn't lift up, but it doesn't. It doesn't lift up. So it's much easier to get your paper under there if you can lift it up. Get your paper under, line it up, put it back down, and cut. Okay, so here it is. Here's our back. Nice, recycled card on the back and the front. That's from two cards. So there's a lot you can do with cards. You don't have to use them all for decorating or making something great. You can even just use them for backing like this one here. It's perfect. It looks, you would never know that was from a card. You would think I paid for cardstock, but I didn't. It's from a card my mom sent me. So, and then I will punch a hole. Let's see if I have any ribbon here. Red ribbon. I do have some. I have to go grab it. Let me see. I'll put a little hole here. So cute. Balloons. It's simple. Let me grab some red ribbon. Just a plain red ribbon. So this is kind of a modern looking tag. It's not like vintage or retro. I grabbed this just plain ribbon. Plain red ribbon. We'll cut a little piece off of here. This could be a great little birthday tag too. Like if you need a card for a birthday present. Recycle your birthday cards for gift tags for your presents. You could hang it on a gift bag or a present that you wrap. I did that for Christmas this year. I don't know if anybody noticed that I gave the card. I didn't mention it. Like I made that little, I put that little tag on there. The bag didn't come with it. I put some on a bag. Some on gift bags that I gave the girls at work. I didn't make the cards, but I made them. I put new ribbons on the little gift tags, and they weren't the ones. They're ones I bought at Dollar Tree and replaced or whatever. The ones on the gift bags. The gift bags look kind of chintzy. So I don't know if they noticed, and I didn't say, "Oh, I put those on there," or anything like that. but anyway, I felt good about it, and whether they noticed or not, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there we go. So that's just an example, and then you could sew around. There's no need to sew around this. I used Fabri-Tac. It's not coming apart ever. You know what I mean? And it's super strong, so it's going to withstand whatever. If you pile it you did put on a gift and you get some gifts in your car or whatever stuff in your car and you're going to a party, it is not going to be messed up. It's 2 layers of cardstock. So anyway, I think that stuff like that is fun to, my mom sent me these cards. She didn't know she knows I do stuff with them, but she doesn't know, like I don't show her like, oh, I made this. I do show her stuff I made, but not like every little thing like, oh, I made this and I made that, you know what I mean? But anyway, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed today. Stay tuned for the flip through of those journals. I don't know if I'll do any more decorating on video, but flip through those, and then I'm going to start some new journals and my craft room tour. Make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll get notified. And thank you very much for doing that, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.